While scrolling Facebook Marketplace for art supplies that I absolutely do not need, I found this little sketch box. The seller wanted $30. I talked her down to $25, and then when I got to her house, I did not have correct change and had to give her $30 anyways. But what a deal already. Before the internet, you had to buy these books, and a lot of the information is very helpful. I'm going to hang on to these. Actually, for, creating some material for my color theory class. This is going to be very helpful. Great little exercises in there that I haven't seen online before. Oil pastels, not really my strength, but you have to give it to them. The creepy factor is alive and well. Pad of unused paper. And surprisingly enough, it still has the palette inside unused that fits in the lid. I'll take that. I'll take that. And what else do we have in here? Actual turpentine. Skull and bones. How much did this cost back then? 89 cents. Today, this will probably cost you about $14 to replace. But since it's only half full, let's call it $7. Metal razor scraper. You can get one at the dollar store for anywhere from $1 or pay $8 at the hardware store for a new one. Vintage Q-tips. These are actually fantastic. Wooden sticks, fine point. They're good quality. And they're from Woolco. When did that close? Early 90s, I think. Reeves oil pastels, soft pastels. When I looked it up, Reeves sounds super fancy because it's made in England, but it's actually a respectable student grade. So those pastels probably cost you about $16 to replace today. Oil pastels, $1.61 back then. Now we're going to cost you about $30 to $50 as far as I can tell with a quick search. Basic tempera set, maybe $1 at the dollar store. This is a little starter kit for oils. So there's a few tubes of oil paints. They're incredibly small. I would have thought these were watercolors because the tubes are so tiny, but they're oil paints with starter turpentine and some linseed oil. If you're gonna buy a starter kit these days, you'd only get the paint. They'd be slightly bigger tubes for about $30 for an equivalent grade. And linseed oil, $10. Terps, up to $14. The beauty of this little box is that it has these slots so that you can keep your canvas panels tucked in the lid safely. And because this palette fits in its own space, the paintings, when you close the lid, are not going to touch the palette, and you've got some storage under there. So overall, $30 well spent, I'd say. Oh, dovetailing. Ooh! Most of the new boxes have that too, but this one has a smell that you cannot match. It's the smell of experience.